show must go on.
Hello and welcome back again. It is a beautiful sunny day. So we're back at Pierre's place doing some more work on the car here. We're taking off the side steps today and pretty much swapping them from this one to our old one. And so we can put our scrub rails that we had on the old Troopy onto the new Troopy. We're going to be sanding the stone tip damage that has been happening on the side of the car there, and then repainting it, so just touching all that up. We're just fortunate enough to be able to do this job and fix it here at Pierre's place because he has all the right tools and materials for us to fix it. So yep, he offered us to do so, and we're going to be doing that job today at his place. And it's also a special day because we got the car registered in our name and we got some new plates. They're not personalised plates, but we happened to get a plate that says DI in it. So we were pretty stoked on that. How you doing under there?
Yeah, this is a pain in the ass.
Took you about 10 minutes to get one bolt off before?
Yeah, the exhaust's in the way, so I actually can't even see what I'm doing right now. I'm only just using my hands to feel where they are and use a ring spanner. Ow! To undo them bit by bit.
We're going to take
a big old stainless 3-inch exhaust in the way, which I'm not mad about because it makes truck noises, you know.
doing some prep work to start sanding and working on that stone tip damage down here. We're doing some sanding, taping up the holes. Took these out.
Yeah. What for? To wash. Yeah. You don't need to hose it.
Yeah, no.
Getting all prepped. Ready.
Just a bit of water in there?
Yeah, a bit of water and just
to fix all that up.
This car maybe has been washed
too many times.
10 times in the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, more times than our old Troopy ever been washed.
It's not going to get washed for 6 months. How are you feeling after we just painted? Yeah, messy. Luckily that stuff comes off, but there's a bit on the chassis that I'm not real happy about, so we'll scratch that off. We're just going to start tidying up the roof rack that Pierre's chucked in. Needs a little bit of loving, but nothing a bit of wire wheel and a rattle can won't fix.
been a long day and we've done so much today. So I haven't been filming everything the whole time, but we've done a lot of work, so I just wanted to give an update. Andy's still on the roof rack at the moment. He's done a lot of grinding, brushing it with the wire brush and really getting all that rust out. And then Pierre's come over with a bit of primer paint where we're gonna touch up the paint, and we got to get some black paint today. When we leave Pierre's place, we'll paint it. So the roof rack is looking good and we're happy about that. The boys have got me on scrubbing all the paint off the chassis and the exhaust. So bit of a splash from the paint gun when we were doing the side where the stone chip damage was. It does come off over time, but Andy was not happy when he saw that, so I've been scrubbing away, cleaning all that off, and soon we're going to have those scrub rails on anyway, so we won't be able to see much of where the paint hit. Anyway, that's what's been going on, and I hope you guys have been enjoying this video so far.
G'day guys.
Andy got stuck into all the jobs in the car this morning. He's been doing so much work all morning. Take us through what you've been up to.
We've just been repainting the bar work. So the rear bar and the side steps needed a bit of a coat of paint and a bit of love.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that this car will be the 4th car that this rear bar's been on. I think it came off a 76 and went onto a mate's Troopy, and then he got a new one, so he sold it to me quite cheap. Shout out to Jack, thank you. Now it's the 2nd car I've owned that it's gone onto. These didn't really need any paint, but because the rear bar was getting done and these were off anyway, we thought, well, we'll just scrub them back and give them a lick of paint while we've got it, so everything matches. Should be nice. Now this is the real deal, this car. This is an absolute testament to Toyota. Still runs, had a big tree fell on it, bit of rust, smashed windscreen, still cranks over first time every time. Deadly.
Tell the people what it's like to put on a rear bar.
Oh, it sucks. It sucks so much.
It's the worst job.
Yeah, it's the worst job. When we went up the Cape, the rear bar dropped because some of the bolts loosened, and like wasn't going to go anywhere because there's 3 bolts that bolt it to the chassis via the toe ball, and they're nylock, like they could slip a bit, but they can't undo themselves, and it dropped. And Chanell was at me for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks when we were up at the tip of the Cape, and I just refused to do them up because I'll show you just where you've got to get to. There's one way to get in there, and that's through here. These little bolts there, so you need like an extension on a socket, and then sometimes the extension's too long and you can only wind them up. Look, I just hope that no one ever has to do them. Andy's shit list: fitting rear bars on 4-wheel drives or taking them off. Actually, do you know what? Anything to do with 4-wheel drives other than 4-wheel driving. Shit. Not fun. Just over it.
We're still working on the car, and Andy's getting in there deep at the moment, polishing.
Wet and dry. I was polishing, now I'm wet and drying. The polish wasn't good enough. We're trying to take all the yellowing paint off. Because we painted the roof white, and because we painted the sills with stone guard, the midsection of the car looks yellow. So we just want to make it not look yellow.
So here is our roof rack that we've just painted, and we're waiting for that to dry. It was a pretty old one sitting in Pierre's backyard, and he so kindly threw it into the deal for us. We sanded it back, and Andy took a grinder to it and then put primer on all the bad spots, a layer of paint to just clean it up. So we've painted all our bar work and we're polishing the car, so everything should look pretty clean and black and white.
Coming up a treat. Look at that.
It's already taking
Way
off
better.
those marks. It looked like this before, didn't it?
Yeah.
With these lines over here. And now you can't even notice that. It's almost like the white is back.
That's what we're going for.
Go your own way. Go your own way. You can call it thunder.
Come to cleanse.
Yeah, we've come to cleanse.
Get your Sao Paulo. Get on down. It's cleaning time.
Wow,
Yeah,
look at
rubbish.
this beautiful polished car.
That is what I like to be hearing. Yep. Yeah, it is.
Wow, that's smooth, that's white. So it's time to put the roof rack on. And the good thing about this is that we're on a farm. So we have access to a forklift, which is extremely helpful.
I need you to lift up that star picket and put it on the walls. Just keep it in the center of like right about where I am.
In the center of the forks.
Oh, just like the center of yeah, we'll just see how that goes when I pick it up or when I take the strain on it. Hold it. Like till I get right to the car. I'm going to drive straight up to the car.
back on the road.
This is living.
And that concludes another series for the Hunting Hippies. Not long after we finished rebuilding the Troopy, we said our thank yous and goodbyes to Oscar and his family farm and hit the road. Our first few days were spent enjoying the new car and immersing ourselves back into nature. We cooked this delicious meal on this very wet night, Cancun from the local Rusty markets in cans, and grass-fed steak from a home kill on the farm we were staying on. What a treat. We hope you have enjoyed the FTE Troopy Rebuild series. Like and subscribe or do whatever you need to stay tuned for more videos to come on our Arnhem Land adventures up in the Northern Territory.